we'll be studying Node.js MySQL. So before we start with Node.js, we need to install MySQL server. So if you're using Ubuntu, you need to use sudo apt get install MySQL server, and then you need to start the server, and then you need to use MySQL u root p, and then you can go into the MySQL CLI. So I'll just show it to you. And then you enter the MySQL CLI command line. Basically, so this is where we can create database. We can do anything we want, and this is what we're going to do in Node.js. We'll just use the CLI instead of directly using the CLI. We'll be using Node.js to write commands. So let me just close this, and then let's go to the next slide. MySQL create database. This is simple. Okay, so first we need to see that we need to require MySQL module, and before that we need to install an MySQL module using npm install MySQL in the terminal. After that, you can use MySQL, then MySQL.create connection, host, localhost, user, root, password is my new pass. So when you actually first install, I think, MySQL server, you'll need to enter a password, and you can that same password you use it for the root. So now connect.connect function error. If there's an error, we'll throw the error, and then if it gets connected, then it will show it's connected, and then the query create database mydb function error result. If there's an error, then it will throw the error, or it will say database created. So if you want, we can see it here. So what I've done here is okay. So I can create database name, any name I want, and then it will show database created if it works. So it's working. So and I can also delete or drop the database. Okay. Oh yeah. Because the database is already created, I didn't save it first, so it will work now. Okay, so it worked. So you can delete and create database easily like that. Let's go to the next slide. So now we'll create a table. Let me go to the code here. Okay, so we are creating a table customers which has an ID of data type integer, and it's auto incremented, and it's also a primary key. Primary key meaning that it will be so it will uniquely identify each row in a table. So it has to be, the ID has to be unique, and when you're auto incrementing, of course it will be unique. So after each, so it will start from 1 and then 2, 3, 4, 5 each row. So name, and then a data type varchar, a variable char, a character, 255 characters. So it will tell us that we can enter 255 characters for the name. Overkill, but fine. For address, also the same thing, 255 characters, data type varchar, and then if we run this, it will say table created. Okay, yeah, the password is wrong. Just, and then Okay. Oh yeah, even this is different. We are using root. Okay. Now table created. Now it's working. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, MySQL insert into. So we are going to insert into. Okay, so this is where something special happens. We are inserting into the table, but we're using an array values. So we're not just like entering. You're not just like using the query to like enter the whole. We're using a variable to enter the values into the table, which is very important. It is what differentiates between the MySQL CLI and using Node.js, and um, it's very useful. So let me go get the code. Let me just Okay, so I'll just okay, insert into customers name, comma, address, values, question mark. So it will okay, so values question mark. So this is the query, and then we are inserting that query in the SQL here, and then we are giving the array values. So this question mark will be replaced by the array values, and then it will show okay, and result dot affected arrows will show how many rows are affected. So we'll just run the code, and then 3 rows are affected because we are inserting 3 rows. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Node.js MySQL select from. Okay, we use select to display the table. We can display the whole table, we can display the table based on some condition. So we are displaying only a certain part of the table. So let's just display the whole table first. Select asterisk from customers. Asterisk means everything. So select asterisk from customers. So see, and now so now it's showing all the rows. Row data packet ID 1, so it's auto increment starting from 1, 2 and 3. Name, address, and okay, so this is what result we use result mainly for. Like there are other uses as well, but so result contains the table array. So this is very helpful. Let's go to, okay, so we can also use where, saying that where okay, let me say, so select asterisk from customers where adress is equal to maybe some specific address, which is 3 army court. Okay, now just do this, close this, then okay, wait. Now it should work. Okay, it's working now. So it's only showing the row where address is equal to 3 Nami code. Okay, let's go to the next. Order by clause. Select asterisk from customers, order by name, and then it will order by the name. So it will be ascending order. It's default ascending order. We can also use descending order. Customers, order by name. Okay, so Akansh is first, Akash is second, and Deol is third. So it's ascending order. If you want descending order, you just write domain name DESC the end, and then descending order, so Deol, Akash and Akansh. That's all. Okay. So we can delete records as well. We are deleting specific records in the table or specific rows. We can also delete all the records, but it doesn't mean the table is deleted. The table still exists, but only there are no rows, no data in it. Okay, so let's delete a specific record using where clause. So okay, clear. Okay, so delete from customers where address is equal to Mahindra Roy. Did we have okay, we didn't have any address name Mahindra. Also we had 3 court. So let's just see. Works. Yes, it works. And now let me just use select asterisk from customers. Okay. MySQL. So let's just go through it. Okay, so yeah, so there's no Deol which had address equal to 3 Nami code, so it got deleted. So let's go to the next slide. So we can update records as well. So let me just copy paste the code. Okay, so to update a specific row, so we're going to write update table name, which is customers, set that column name is equal to Mahindra Royal, where address is equal to 3 Nami code. We don't have an address with the name 3 Nami code, so I'll just write some other address, micro T. So process completed or something, or just then just run the code. If I save it, and complete, one row is affected, and then let's just see. Yes, Akash was micro layout first, and now it's Mahindra Roy. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so we can delete a whole table using drop table command. So drop table name, drop table customers, then table deleted, then run the code. Now table is deleted. Now let's try to access the table. Asterisk from customers. Okay, so no such table exists, so the table is deleted. Okay, that's good. Now we'll talk about the join function. So for join function, I have, so we'll be creating two, we use join function to combine rows from two or more tables based on a single column if they have a same column. So here we have, so so the first is the table. This table name is users, and then it has 3 users whose favorite products is 154, 154 and 155. It's a product ID, and then the product itself, product table with product ID and name, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. And then we combine both of them, so we know that this user likes vanilla, this user likes he also likes vanilla, and this user likes strawberry. We are combining two tables using join. So I'll just show how to do that. First of all, I need to create those tables, so I'll just create it. Just creating table users. Oh yeah, okay, this is the problem. Okay, that's fine. I'll just it. Okay, so it already exists. Okay, that's good. And then let's go and create table products. Table created, then insert values into table products. We are not using auto increment because we don't need auto increment here. Also, you can use unique. When you specify primary key, it means that the ID will be unique, but you can also say that the name should be unique as well. That means you cannot have two rows having the same name, so it will both have to be unique. And you can also write null is not possible. Okay, I don't remember that. I'll see to it later. Okay, let's just go and run this code. Okay, table products already exist. That's fine. And now, oh yeah, I have to insert values into it, and then yes, that's fine. And now the join command. And this should give out results. Okay, so let's go through the line of code here. It says select users.name, so name column as user, and products.name as favorite. It's an alias name. From users join products on user.favorite_product is equal to a products dot id. We are saying that if both of these are equal, then it will show that row where it will show username, users.name, and it will show products.name, where user.favorite_product and user id are equal. User's favorite_product is the product id. So we are joining two tables here. Statements that I haven't gone through in this tutorial, so we'll just glance through it. So there's distinct, which only returns different or distinct values. So if you say distincts of country, so if there are two people from the same country, and if you write distinct country and it will show distinct countries. So I think, let me distinct favorite underscore product from users. If you remember, there are two there are two distinct product IDs, which is 154 and 155. We don't have 153. So if I run it, then it will show 154 and 155 because these are two distinct product IDs in users. So even though 154 is twice, 154 is already there, so it will not display it. So let's go here, and then and or not are logical operators. And is if there are two conditions, and if you write and between them, it will say that it will return true if both the conditions are true, or it will return false if both the conditions are false. And or we can use or for okay, or is like saying this condition and that condition. So or is saying if either condition is true, then it will return true. If both conditions are false, then it will false. And not is just if it's true, it will return false. If it's false, it will return true. Null is it's like a data type. Sorry, it's a null value means that so if there's an address, if there's a person without an address, we'll use null to specify that the address has no value. We're not going to use 0. We're not going to use so null is used when there's no value. Then there's select top, which specifies number of records to return from the top record, and then min max will return the minimum and maximum values of the selected column. Numerical minimum and maximum. Count will return the number of rows in the table, which is like, so if you have a condition where address is equal to this, and it will return the number of people with the same address. So that's why you use count. And average will return average of a numerical column. Sum returns sum of a numerical column. Like is used. It is used to specify a pattern, a string pattern to search for. So if you write like, then percent s something, and then like percent s percent, and it will be like saying it should contain the s letter. So something so like that. It's like regex expressions or regular expressions. So in allows us to specify multiple values in a where clause. It's like defining an array and saying that if this column or this value belongs to that array, then run it. Between will return values within a certain range, and both the start and the end values are included. And union, you combine two or more tables in a union. And group by, we group rows with a specific field. Like, so if there are people from different countries and we use group by, people in the same country will be grouped together, and they'll be grouped together. Having is like a where statement for aggregate functions like group by. Exists will say if the record exists. Is null returns true if the field contains null value, and that's it. One important thing that I left out was when you like for me, when I installed MySQL Server, they didn't ask for a password, and then when I was trying to log into the MySQL CLI for user root, it didn't work. Spacebar, nothing, like null, like I tried guessing, but it didn't work. So went to this site. So I said reset a MySQL root password, and so this is there. So what happens is, first we stop the MySQL service using sudo mysqld stop, and then we start the MySQL without a password, and then we change the password. So using MySQL uroot, and then use MySQL, and we are updating user set authentication underscore string is equal to password, my new password, where user is equal to root. So you don't need the password, the current old password at all, and flush underscore privileges, and then quit, and then just restart the MySQL server, and then it should work.